Hello and welcome back to episode 8, Club 2 of Unknown to World Known. We're back today for the Swedish Cup Final, hence the suit, and we are potentially going to be picking up our first piece of silverware of the series. So before we get into today's episode, please do leave a like down below. Support is greatly appreciated. Leave a comment predicting what you think the result is going to be in the Swedish Cup Final. First goal scorer and the result. Let me know what you think. Since you're last with us, the game after the end of the last episode was actually against Gothenburg, who we've got today. We lost 3-2 on that occasion. We went 2-0 down very early on. We clawed it back, but then they scored to make it 3-2 just before half-time. And that was kind of that. However, we bounced back. We beat Hammarby 3-1. We absolutely smashed Landskrona 5-0. And most recently, we drew 2-2 with Malmby, which is actually quite a disappointing result, really. We should have been beating them. So we actually come into the game on, for what we've had this season, a slight downturn of form, but not much of a downturn in fairness. It does mean we're top of the league at the moment. However, are there games going on this weekend? There are not for Malmo, because we actually play them in our game after the Cup Final. So what we'll do is we'll just jump straight in to the Swedish Cup Final and see if we can pick up some silverware. And the lineup for the final, we've got Hansen in goal, a back four of Fredriksson, Hansen, Hammar and Kalsays, Loftus and Olsen in midfield, Polana, Heinz, Martinez all behind Musiolik. In what I feel is our strongest first 11. Arega is right up there with the two centre-backs in Hansen and Hammar. But to me, he's kind of interchangeable with Hansen or Hammar. And then the rest is just solidified. That's our best 11. So hopefully they've got enough about them today. First goal scorer, who do you think it's going to be? My prediction, I'm going to be optimistic. We're going to win 2-1. First goal scorer is going to be Polana. Fredriksson with a throw-in early on. Polana plays back to Loftus and then Olsen. Back to Hammar. Back to Hansen. Looks like Gothenburg are going to be pressing as high early on. Olsen tries an ambitious ball towards Polana, but he can't get on the end of it. Their keeper clears it away. It's sent back forward. Musiolik doesn't challenge for the header of it. Fredriksson back into a dangerous position. To Polana. Cross into the box. Musiolik puts us 1-0 up. Less than a minute and 40 seconds into the game. We lead 1-0 in the Cup Final. And that's a fantastic start. We've kind of done what they did to us in the league game, actually. Just scored before they've even really settled into the game. Fantastic start. Let's keep it going. Loftus on the ball here from deep. Olsen. There's just coming up towards 20 minutes gone in this game. Olsen cuts back and plays it to Loftus. Polana, Musiolik. Nice exchange. Polana. One-on with the keeper. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh, that was a great chance. So half-time, we're leading 1-0. It's been a relatively even game. We're controlling possession, but they are starting to get chances as the half's gone on. But hopefully we can limit that in the second half. Hammar with a free kick just inside the Gothenburg half. Hammar receives it back and then Kalsays tries to switch the play, but it's a poor attempt. Hansen plays it short to Fredriksson though. Polana back to Fredriksson. He turns it backwards and we go back to Hammar at the back. Hansen goes all the way back to the other Hansen in goal. And now Hammar to Olsen. Trying to find the spaces here. Martinez to Kalsays. Ball through to Martinez. Can he get the ball into the box? He cuts it back. Olsen on the edge. The shot goes just wide and nearly finding the back of the net. Olsen with a free kick. Plays it short to Hansen. And then Olsen out to Loftus on the right. Lays it up to Polana. It's 2-0. We're just under an hour gone. And we lead 2-0 in the Swedish Cup Final. And we are looking very good for a first piece of silverware in this series. Coming a lot earlier than it did last year. I think our first piece of silverware last year was probably the championship with QPR. So this is coming a lot sooner, hopefully. Joker is going to come on for Heinz in the attacking midfield role just because of the yellow card. And exchange is going to be to bring Krone on for Fredriksson at right back. And now 5 minutes ago, we're going to bring Beckham on for Polana. Why not? We're at a point where I feel like we can rest Polana for the last few minutes. Aish sends a corner in, and Eriksson heads wide at the far post. And here we are. BK HACKEN walking onto the stage to collect the Swedish Cup, our first trophy of the series. And hopefully not the only one this season. Of course, we're still doing well in the league. Maybe this can be a bit of a trigger for us to push on. Of course, we're also going into Europe now as well. So we'll hopefully, with a bit of luck, it's a UEFA Conference League. I think there's a chance there for us to get to the group stage and things like that. It might be a big ask. It might even cost us in the league a little bit, but I think it's worth us going for it and seeing what we can do in Europe. But a fantastic start to life at BK HACKEN here. So 2-0 win against Gothenburg to win the Swedish Cup against our rivals, no less. The first trophy of the series, and just a fantastic result, really. And you know what? As a treat, we'll show you the Malmo game as well. So the lineup for this game, we've got Arega coming in at centre-back in place of Hamar. Nyholm comes in at left-back. Jocke and Adrian start in midfield. And Shaheen comes in on the left-hand side. We've had to rotate a bit because of just players are knackered. There was only like 2 days rest. But hopefully we can still do well against Malmo. McNamara with a throw-in from the right for Malmo. Gets it back and gets into a crossing opportunity, but Shaheen closes it down. He plays it back to Leswicki, who goes all the way back to Sibic so they can build from the back. McNamara on the ball again now, inside to Kolak. Ball through to Banjamic, who's chipped the keeper, and it's gone wide. We've got away with that there. It was a fantastic pass, though. Arega with a free kick just inside our half. Goes short to Heinz, and then they exchange the ball again. Muziolik tries to find Polana. Doesn't really do so. He won the header, I think, but it didn't mean much. They try to play a ball through, but it kind of deflects back to Arega. Jocke to Heinz, and then to Shaheen on the left-hand side. He cuts it back to Heinz. Goes back to Shaheen. Crossing opportunity here. Gets it in. Muziolik. 1-0 against Malmo now as well. We are looking in some phenomenal form at the moment. And after picking up our first trophy, the way we're going, we might be on the way. No, there's a long way to go yet, but we're putting ourselves in a very good position to be certainly challenging for the title, if nothing else. We're 1-0 up at half-time. They haven't had a shot on target as of yet, which is concerning because they've had 6 shots. They're going to find the target. We need to make sure that we're able to stop them from getting those shots off to begin with. Fredriksson throws a ball into Heinz and then inside to Polana. Back to Fredriksson. Jocke loses the ball out to Lewicki. Badjamic plays it back out to Bermasevic on the left-hand side. Crossing opportunity. He does so, but it goes all the way over, back out the area. Inside to Penna, though, and he equalises for Malmo shortly after half-time. So Malmo back on level terms with their first shot on target. Exactly what I mentioned at half-time we needed to try and avoid. And we've done the exact opposite of avoiding it by allowing them to do it 6 minutes into the second half. And they're back on level terms. Jocke with a free kick, though. Polana heads in, but the flag's up. We thought we'd gone back in the lead. I had a feeling it might have been offside, and it was just off. Not as much as I thought it might have been. We are going to bring Muziolik off for Mesquita, though, just because he's tired. And then Mesquita can go out on the right-hand side of the midfield, and Olsen will come on for Heinz in the number 10 role. And our final change, we're going to bring Sjoberg on the left-hand side for Shaheen. Just keep those fresh legs going up front. Fredriksson throws it into Olsen, who heads it back to him. Adrian to Olsen now. Attacks into the middle of the pitch. Gets a shot off, but it's a poor shot and well over the bar. And full-time, we've got a 1-1 draw against Malmo. It's that's fine for us. It wasn't a win, but our players were still tired from the cup final. It was a game that, if we won, we went 6 points clear, but by drawing, we keep Malmo 3 points behind us. So, if we match their results, then we go into the game against them at the end of the season, with it being very key in the title battle, which is fine. So what we'll do now, we'll come back at the end of July or the start of August for the Europa Conference League games. Not exactly sure when they're going to fall, not sure who we're going to be playing, but it gets us somewhere in here around the Kalmar and Dagger Falls match. But we've got to get our first games in Europe on camera, so that's what we'll aim to come back for. I'm pretty sure it'll be there. If not, we'll come back for whenever it is. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment, do you think we can get to the Europa Conference League group stage? It'll be a tough ask, but you never know. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.